Rep. Walters to the floor. Rep. Walters.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Today, I rise on the shoulders of Reverend Avery C. Alexander, Diana E. Bejois, Sidney Bartholomew, Louis Charbonnet III, Nick Connor, Joseph A. Delpit, Alphonse Jackson, Johnny Jackson Jr., Thomas Jasper, and Richard Turnley Jr. These are the founders of the Louisiana Legislative Black Caucus. What is important to me today is that our voices are lifted up. The voices for people who suffer from disabilities, those who've served this country that we call heroes, our veterans, women who are known to make a way out of no way, and racial groups such as the Black Caucus. Those are the voices that encompass diversity, equity, and inclusion. DEI is not solely about race and gender. Being a person who is DEI, whether a state appointee, civil service employee, a professor, a university administrator, it doesn't mean that they are underqualified or the sole reason that they received the position is because that they were a minority. People who are DEI have served this state on merit and not mediocrity. When we celebrate and have events for Women's Month, HBCU Day, Veterans Day, Farmers and Growers Day, all here at this Capitol, we are celebrating DEI. We are celebrating the legacy of recent accomplishments of those groups. I have critical data that needs to be entered into the record today. The Civil Service Report from 2023-2024 shows Louisiana has more than 69,000 state employees. This specific analysis includes both classified and unclassified employees. By gender, there are over 40,000 women, 28,000 men. By race, 38,000 are white, 24,000 are Black, 2,000 Asian. By generation, traditional workers, meaning people who were born before 1946, 440, baby boomers, those who are born from 1946 to 1964, over 12,000, almost 13,000. Generation X, meaning that you were born from 1965 to 1980, 26,000. Millennial and Gen Y, meaning you were born from 1981 to 1996, 22,000. Generation Z, meaning that you were born after 1996, 6,400. The average age of state employees is 46, and that's classified and non-classified. And questions I want us to ponder on regarding DEI policies and trainings. What race or gender-based policies are we hearing that are in state agencies and universities? What are they implementing? What hiring practices, trainings, events are we hearing that are actually happening? Are we overstepping our boundaries as a legislature by regulating what universities teach, what college students' frameworks for their research is? What colleges use DEI, and how do they implement it in their practices? Sports is a big deal to this state. Do recruiters have to submit reports on their recruiting criteria? if students who fall in the category of DEI are recruited? Does this limit who is recruited? How many students are currently in a program where their syllabus or syllabi may be deemed DEI? How will this impact historically Black colleges and universities and what is taught there? How will this impact our research universities and their status in funding? Will students be allowed to finish their degree in their discipline if they have a paper that might fall along the lines of diversity, equity, and inclusion? Should we dismantle the Women's Caucus because the men of this legislature aren't allowed to join the caucus based on gender? I would like to highlight the contributions of people from around this state, people who would fall under the scope of DEI. The first Black trooper hired by Louisiana State Police was Abraham Bowie. He was hired in 1970. He was 32 years old. He had completed 10 years of service in the Marine Corps. The first female state trooper, Cindy Bell of Opelousas. She started her service in 1974. The first Indian governor in U.S. history who served the state of Louisiana, Bobby Jindal. First woman elected governor of Louisiana was the late Kathleen Babineau Blanco. The first Black governor of Louisiana was Pinckney Benton Stewart Pinchback, who served as acting governor in 1872. The first Asian American to serve as chief law enforcement officer of a major metropolitan area. He served as sheriff of Jefferson Parish for 7 terms, Harry Lee. And the list goes on and on and on. State agencies who provided fiscal note input: Louisiana Department of Agriculture and Forestry. They would be required to eliminate their minority and veteran program. And it would eliminate the Director of Minority and Veteran Affairs, that position. That is one employee out of 69,000 that we know of. Louisiana has a total of 8,000 minority-owned farms operating on over 800,000 acres. There are 3,400 women-owned farms, 3,100 Black farms, 849 Spanish farms, 526 Indian-owned farms. Elimination of 6 positions in the Louisiana Department of Health. Those positions are federally funded, and they are still federally funded to this day. And they fall under DEI. We don't know how this would impact research with LDH if these positions would fade away. Important research, such as breast cancer and other forms of cancer, HIV, sickle cell. Thank you.